You want basketball? We got you.
What about plays on the turf? We got you covered.
Or maybe even a knock right out of the park.
We give you our takes on the latest sports news, music, and anything trending around the world.
You are now in the clutch with Nia
and Malik. What is going on, guys? We are back.
We bike.
Episode 20.
Ooh.
Kicking it with Nia and Malik.
Every other week.
Every other week.
Who do we have today, Malik Brown?
Ooh. Before we even go there, let me tell you the episode name.
Oh, God. I'm scared.
The Justice Winslow episode.
Justice better.
I can't.
That was for the guests. Nia, who do we have today?
Man, we got my friend, Nekias Duncan. Nekias, what is going on?
Not much, man. Glad to finally be here. It's been a long time in the making.
Facts. Nekias is a legend. Nekias is currently a writer for Basketball News, formerly with Bleacher Report, Miami Heat Beat, 5 Reasons Sports Network, SB Nation NBA, and Dime on UPROXX. Nekias is in town this week, visiting us all the way from Lancaster, South Carolina. And Nekias is one of the most well-rounded and knowledgeable basketball writers there is.
Facts.
Oh, he is that guy on Twitter.
Facts.
If you don't follow Nekias on Twitter, I don't know what you're doing with your life.
You're not doing it
Quality
right.
content every day. Every single day. Nekias, how are you today?
Doing much better after the introduction, man. Some high praise. I appreciate it.
No, we gotta praise. We gotta praise the greats, because
and me,
Oh my goodness.
No, man.
Oh my gosh.
Man.
Oh, he's
Look,
too humble.
I don't know how long I've been following you, but I've been keeping up with your story, just like everything you've been doing, bro.
Facts.
You were going hard.
Facts. Especially, I think you and we formally met in person. We were both covering Hawks. I can't remember who they were playing, but just to see how much you've elevated from then, from when I first met you or when I first started following you on Twitter to now, you're killing it. You're killing it.
Just doing the best I can. Try to catch up with you. You got 17 different opportunities.
Nah, I got like 6 jobs, but
Don't get tired. That's where it is.
We got like 6 jobs. But anyways, all right, Nekias is going to run through with us for this week's episode. We're going to do some clutch update. You got to be kidding me. And music roundup. So you guys stay tuned.
Good stuff, guys. Good stuff today.
All right, stay tuned.
Let's get it. All right, guys, we are back with Clutch Update. And let's get it popping with some NFL news. NFL Week 6 recap. Falcons got their first win of the season. Yeah.
You know what? New beginnings for Atlanta. 1 week after firing Dan Quinn and Thomas Dimitroff, the Falcons get their first win of the season against the Vikings, 40-23. Julio Jones, 8 interceptions for 137 yards. Matt Ryan, he threw a total of 4 touchdown passes while completing 30 of 40 passes for 371 yards. Now, hey, wait a minute, Mr. Matt Ryan Stan.
No. Nope, I'm not hearing it this week.
Nekias, you know the vibes. We are cursed here in Atlanta.
Yes, y'all. I was going to ask, how did Dan Quinn last as long as he did?
That's the Atlanta sports side.
That is the Atlanta sports language now. When people ask us how did they blow this lead?
Yeah.
Or how did they do this? We just sigh because we don't know what the heck is going on. I wish I could answer your question.
It's like every week.
Every week.
It's every week.
I don't think we're as bad as New York right now as the Jets, but
it could be worse.
They have avoided the 0-6 start because it would have been 24 years since the last time they started out a season 0-6. So thankfully they avoided that this weekend. Let's hope that there's some new changes, but also there was breaking news earlier this week. According to NFL insiders Jeremy Fowler and Dan Grazzino, NFL insiders are openly wondering if Julio and Matt Ryan will be shopped before trade deadline.
Fake news.
Fake news?
Definitely.
Okay.
There's no way.
Malik Brown says it's fake news, guys.
It is. It is. Y'all gonna start putting respect on Matt Ryan, man. I'm sick of y'all. Y'all do this every week. Y'all do this every single week. Did you see that touchdown he threw to Julio? That second one?
Yes.
Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields not doing that.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
All right.
Be honest. I'm keeping it real with y'all. That's what y'all want.
You're going to be a Matt Ryan stan
That's
for
it.
as long as...
That's all I'm going to say.
So, what would your thoughts be if they do, trade him?
I'm going to move.
Okay. And you're going to move where he's going or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know it was that deep.
You can't even take it you can't even take yourself serious. Like,
if they do that, I just, the reason I think it's impossible that they do that is because they don't even have a GM. So like,
I mean,
why are you just moving like this stuff? You don't even have a head coach really.
You don't have anything.
Like, why would you do that? You didn't even get a new coach a chance to even like try to work things out with so it's like,
Okay, so what if this was in the talks before?
Like while Dan Quinn was still the coach and Thomas then they're crazy then. Thomas Dimitroff and Dan Quinn got to go then if they're trying to do that because they're trying to keep their jobs, right? Why would you're trying to keep your job and you're getting rid of your two best players? That don't make sense.
That's dumb.
That's something Adam Gates would do. And he did.
Yeah. And now he's reaping the benefits.
Talking about Dan Quinn, I don't know how Adam Gates has a job.
Yeah.
Keeps getting jobs.
Yeah, no, for real. I mean,
keeps getting them.
Gosh. And we'll talk about that. And you got to be kidding me because, we had a special question to ask. But yeah, questions that need to be answered.
Thanks.
But moving on into more NFL news, John Ross III approached the Bengals about a possible trade request. What are our thoughts? Do we blame him?
Nah, I mean, I don't really think he getting that much play anyway.
No.
I mean, AJ Green, you got T. Higgins. Those really your top two targets, honestly. I mean, I know when John Ross got drafted, he was supposed to be like the big deal. Like he was like one of the fastest coming out of the draft. But honestly, I don't blame him. And if he's trying to win, because if he been on the Bengals his whole career, the Bengals ain't been doing much winning for a couple years now. So, I mean, hey, all power to him.
Like, I get it. As you mentioned, they do have a pretty strong wide receiver core.
Yeah.
Some nice young guys in there. John Ross is a young guy himself. Like, he hasn't gotten that much opportunity. He also hasn't been healthy, which was kind of the knock on him coming out of college. Like, super dynamic, one of the fastest players to ever come out of that draft.
Right.
But staying on the field, just the physicality in general is a question mark with him. And now it doesn't seem like he's going to get much of a shot there either. Yeah. But there's always room for a speedster, so I think that's probably going to be a decent market for him.
Right.
So I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if like, what's stopping New England from like throwing out a big round?
Right.
Facts.
They need somebody fast in that core.
Yeah.
But they need a better quarterback. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't think Cam Newton is it. I'm serious.
Whoa.
I'm serious. If y'all watch
You basing off his first game back though from COVID? No,
the first game, maybe the first two games he did good, but I ain't really seen much from them. He was throwing ducks on Sunday.
It's been 2 weeks though, 2.5 weeks.
I'll give him one more week.
Give him like, okay. I mean, yeah.
You should.
I know.
He was.
Yeah.
It didn't look good.
No, I mean they
didn't look good.
They looked pretty bad this week.
It didn't look good.
They did,
and they still had a chance to win. But when it came down for them to actually try to like win the game, he did not come through at all. So poor Cam. But I'm still rooting for him. No, I gotta root for him.
I don't understand you, Malik, because how are you gonna say poor Cam?
It's like he's in the right situation. He's in the right situation. I don't think it's a better organization that he could be in right now. But he got to apply himself. They giving him everything he needs. I mean, why are you... He just sitting in the pocket. Like, he forgot how to run. He just getting sacked. He want to get sacked. That's what it's like to me.
Can I push back a little bit?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was about to say, Nekias, what are your thoughts?
I agree that he is with a great organization. As far as giving him everything he needs, I don't know if that's true. Like,
well, you might, yeah.
The backfield is solid, but who's the tight end? Who's the receiver? Who are the receivers with any kind of experience outside of Julian Edelman, who is basically seeing ghosts at this point? He's how many concussions is he up to now?
Yeah, no,
But he didn't even give him the ball though. That's when his ball. I'm like, that's literally your best offensive weapon, and he not getting the ball.
I mean, that's also the problem. I feel like if Julian Edelman at this stage is your best weapon for a quarterback, he's coming off of COVID now, and like he's coming off of a year of injuries and turmoil in Carolina. Like,
true,
there has to be an effort to help him. Like, it can't be all on the running backs to provide relief, because at a certain point, especially in the AFC with all the good defense they have out there, they're just gonna pack the box and say, all right, let's see who can beat us on the outside. And if we don't have anybody, Cam hasn't. I feel like he's been sold a little short as a pocket passer throughout his career, but he still isn't great in the area. So if you're basically daring him to beat you with his arm, with the issues that he's had over the last couple of years with inexperienced or just kind of mid receivers, I mean, it's a tough thing. It puts a lot of pressure on that defense to kind of put them in positions to where they can score 17, score 20, and win games.
So he needs better receivers.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
you got to build around the quarterback, though.
Maybe I'm giving him the Brady treatment, because I feel like if Brady was there, he would have made it work.
I mean, Brady didn't look that great last year either. So
he didn't. But I think he would have done a little bit better. Yeah. But I mean, you're right. Cam don't got an arm.
You hot take leak with these quarterbacks.
No, man, I'm not.
How are you gonna go so hard for Matt Ryan?
Hold up! Don't do this. Don't do this. Because I'm gonna do it.
You got Julio.
You feel me? Like, I don't understand this guy.
Look, y'all slander Matt Ryan. The way people slander Matt Ryan is like every time the Falcons lose, it's Matt Ryan's fault. When in reality, it's not his fault. It's really not. We can go all the way back to that day. You know that day.
The day.
The day.
We do not.
And what did people say after that day? Matt Ryan did it to us.
Oh, wait. He did throw a couple interceptions.
He didn't throw an interception that game.
I thought he did.
He has the best passer rating in the Super Bowl. And he still lost. And it's still his fault. He put him up 28-3. He can't play defense.
That day. That dark day.
I'm saying he put points on the board. I think it's up to the defense to at least try to hold the lead at least. At least. Get a man some help. He ain't had a defense since he been playing in Atlanta. That's the guy that need help.
But
I mean, Cam need help too. But
okay.
There it is.
But
See,
okay.
What I think it is, Cam was in the NFC South for so long. And, I'm sure you got tired of the Matt Ryan versus Cam Newton versus Drew Brees type deal going on. I think that's still lingering a little bit, and I think that's why.
Maybe it is. Maybe I'm fighting some demons, and I don't know.
That might be what.
Oh
it is.
boy. Do we need to?
We're good.
All right. In other quarterback news, Tua is now the starting quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. What are you guys' takes on it?
I'm a little surprised that they went to him this early, especially since the Dolphins have played well and Ryan Fitzpatrick is doing this thing.
Exactly.
But I also get, like, you draft a guy that high.
Right, exactly.
You're going to want to see what he can do.
For sure.
And this seems like a pretty clean way to put him into the lineup. They have a bye week coming up, so that gives them the extra week, to learn some more on the playbook, get acquainted with their first team. The talent is obviously there. If he can stay healthy, like, I feel like he's going to be really good. Yeah. So I get it. It's just a little surprising that they went to him this early. I figured they would have waited until Ryan Fitzpatrick went back to being Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Right.
It's always like three really great games. Like, why was he a free agent? And then the next three is like, oh, that's why. So the fact they pulled the plug early is like,
Yeah.
But
I was shocked too. I was like, dang.
Yeah.
This early? Okay.
Because they just beat the 49ers last week.
Right.
Then they beat the Jets. I mean, anybody can beat the Jets, but just coming off of 2 wins in a row, I mean, why slow it down now? But I guess, like you said, you draft somebody that high, you expect to play them at least.
Yeah,
so
for sure. For sure. All right, we got some NBA news coming up.
NBA news.
All right, go ahead, Malik.
Pacers named Raptors assistant Nate Yorkgren the head coach, the new head coach. What do we think about that? Because I didn't see that coming.
I don't think anyone saw that coming.
Yeah.
It was so quiet too.
Yeah, I was like who?
Like I was tracking it because I mean, you know, I cover the NBA, but like
Right.
I have a Heat focus.
right.
So Dan Craig is one of the top assistants on the Miami Heat bench. So he was in the running for that job and has been for a few weeks. So I was kind of tracking to see where it was going there. I did not see this coming at all.
right.
The Raptors are normally pretty tight-lipped about that kind of stuff.
Right.
I guess
True.
that's why we're just now finding out about it.
Right.
But he appears to have a pretty high pedigree. He's been with Nick Nurse for a long time, even before the Raptors going back earlier in Nick Nurse's coaching career. So
Right. G League.
they have that relationship. And with Nick Nurse being one of, if not the best coach in the NBA right now, anyone that's been with him that long and has their own pedigree on top of that to boot, I can see why another team would be interested to see what he's picked up from Nurse,
true.
what he has on his own.
True.
So, and again, the Raptors are one of the more versatile teams on both sides of the ball. So
Right.
I think one of the things plaguing the Pacers right now is just a lack of juice offensively. They don't really run a modern style. Part of that is personnel, since two of their best 3 or 4 players are centers.
Yeah.
But also they don't play that fast. They don't shoot a lot of threes. Just even with some of the sets that they run, they're run to create 2-point shots, not 3-point shots. So I think just having a new voice in there to kind of modernize the offense a little bit, I think it's going to be a good look for them. So we're going to see.
Yeah.
Now, what I want to know is why get rid of Nate? I mean, I get it, but like, why is he not a head coach? Because it seems like he was defying all odds with the Pacers. Like nobody expected him to be what they were, like 4th, 5th seed with what they had. So why does he not have a job?
I think it is an example of knowing what you have. And I think for an organization like the Pacers, they're always going to kind of be at a disadvantage in acquiring talent. They're going to have to draft stuff. They're going to have to find some diamonds in the rust and kind of build diamonds in the rough and kind of build from within. So they're going to have to take swings in other ways. And I think their head coaching spot is one of the ways they got to take a big swing. Nate McMillan is a good coach. Going back to like the Portland days, he's always been a strong defensive mind. As you mentioned, the work that he did over the last couple of years with the injuries they dealt with, done a great job. But you start to see some of the limitations that he has as a coach offensively in the playoffs. It's part of why Indiana has struggled offensively in postseasons, when teams can really kind of hone in on what they do, what they run. And that plus the personnel just makes it tough for them. I don't think they haven't won a playoff series since the Paul George days, I want to say.
In a minute,
So at a certain point, 45 wins in a first round appearance is cool. I mean, Indiana, just that area, they love basketball like almost no other place in the country.
Right.
But at a certain point, you want to aim higher.
Right.
And I think it's fair to say that Nate McMillan is a good coach, but he isn't a great one. And you're going to need a great coach to make that next step.
True. Good points.
Shoot.
Good points.
Well, hopefully Nate Yorkin does a good job and takes them past the first round. We got another new head coach, Ty Lue, Clippers head coach. What y'all think about that one?
I'm hoping it'll change the dynamic of everything, but I don't know. For some reason, I have this feeling I don't know if that was not saying like from his standpoint if it was a good move, but just in regards to the fit with personalities and the egos and the different people on the team. Just seeing off of what the Clippers did this year, I don't know, because he's going to be the first to go down when things go left.
True. Always the coach.
Always. But I'm hoping some things change. I don't know. I'm a little still sick with the Clippers.
Everybody is.
I'm sick with them. So I'm kind of over it.
The boys folded.
Man,
that is tough. That's super tough. But as far as Ty Lue, like, I don't think he's gotten his flowers as a head coach.
Yeah.
of course, won the title in Cleveland with LeBron. And I think a lot of people have just kind of attributed to, hey, you got LeBron, you don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Right.
I've personally witnessed that with the big three area in Miami. Like, Eric Spoelstra didn't do anything.
Oh,
He
yeah,
just had
for
LeBron.
sure.
And now you see the kind of coach that Eric Spoelstra is.
Right.
It's like, okay, maybe we should have gave him a little bit more credit back then. But with Ty Lue, I mean, the Cavs obviously pulled off the greatest comeback in NBA Finals history. But also, Ty Lue flat out coached Steve Kerr in that series.
Yeah.
Yes,
Like,
he did.
True.
He flat out browbeat him with the adjustments that he made during that series.
Yeah.
While Steve Kerr was still giving Anderson Varejao minutes for God knows why. Cleveland kind of changed how fast they wanted to get into their offense. They kind of threw Golden State off balance a little bit. But even beyond that, Ty Lue has experience dealing with big personalities. Again, like
LeBron.
David Black gets fired while they had the best or the second best record in the East at that point. And LeBron kind of handpicked Ty Lue, like, nah, this is the guy. Ty Lue had no issues holding LeBron accountable.
Yeah.
And if you can hold LeBron accountable, the rest of the roster kind of has to fall.
Of
Yeah,
course.
of course, yeah.
So when you have that kind of experience dealing with those kind of personalities, and then going to the Clippers and being under Doc Rivers, another guy who has his limitations, but known putting tough personalities together. Did it in Boston, did it in the Clippers, kind of navigated him through some off-court stuff as well with the Donald Sterling thing. So I think Ty Lue, just being in those different places, I think he's equipped to deal with the egos and the kind of behind-the-scenes stuff that the Clippers had to deal with. They're going to have to figure out the Kawhi PG dynamic very quickly.
Very.
If Montrezl Harrell comes back, they're going to have to figure out how they're going to utilize him very quickly. One of the things that got Doc Rivers fired was giving Montrezl Harrell as many minutes as he did when their starting center should have just played more minutes because he's really freaking good.
Okay.
Jokic was giving Montrezl work.
Giving him work.
And he was still playing him.
Yeah.
Golly.
It's just like, oh, you play Zubac 20 minutes, they're a plus whatever.
Right.
You bring Montrezl in, they're minus whatever. And it's just like, after a few games in a row, like, the series is slipping.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
facts,
Yeah,
facts.
yeah. That's when you start making adjustments.
Facts.
Shortening the rotation a little bit.
Facts. I don't know. I guess I just wanted to see him. I think I would have thought that the Sixers would have been a better fit, but I mean, now that you've pulled that out, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm hoping that things turn around, but I'm still sick with the Clippers. I'm still very sick with those guys.
As you should be. There's just no excuse for them to fall.
None.
Yeah.
It's just been, but it, a lot of stuff has been on hush hush for, their ups and downs throughout the season. I knew that things were probably going to hit the fan when they came to Atlanta. And it was a whole big situation because the Clippers ended up losing to the Hawks.
Oh, yeah.
And that video the next day, Kawhi was in Magic City.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a
Oh,
whole
yeah.
big thing
Remember
about
that
load
one.
management and all that
Yeah.
stuff. So I don't know. I'm again, like, I don't see the Clippers coming back next season still mediocre, but I mean, they got to figure some stuff out for real. So hopefully Ty Lue can get some things underway and be able to revamp. And I'm sure this means that Chauncey Billups will be joining them as well.
Yep.
Since I know he was in the running for the Pacers job as well. So I guess now he'll be there.
Assistant, yep.
It's going to get real in LA quick. Paul George and Kawhi can hit free agency next summer. So
That's big, too.
That is huge.
they got to figure it out. They got to win it this year.
Yeah.
They got to do it.
It's going to be bust season off. Oh, my God. Okay.
Y'all crazy.
So, Daryl Morey stepped down as the Rockets GM, and a couple days after that, we heard some rumors that that the Rockets were interested in trading for Embiid. So, we already know that didn't fit with D'Antoni's system, the whole small ball thing. So, first of all, what do you think about the Daryl Morey stepping down as Rockets GM?
I understand it. It's unfortunate for Houston. I think as much flack as Daryl Morey deservedly gets for being, I guess, as committed to his philosophy without really bending much. I mean, he is almost solely responsible for the modernization of basketball with the way that the three-point shot is emphasized now. So, like, his legacy is forever.
Right.
And on balance, he was a great GM. Starting with that Harden trade back in 2012, back in 2013. And the Rockets haven't missed the playoffs since.
Right.
Just a lot of stability there, but again, didn't really win on the margins the way that great teams do. And that's kind of what had them sputtering in the second round and the third round, because we're going to do this, and if it doesn't work, we're going to do it better.
Yeah.
And that kind of permeated down to the coaching staff. That's, so Mike D'Antoni, he was never the big isolation coach.
Yeah.
Going back to Phoenix, 7 seconds or less.
Right.
It's a lot of quick hitting stuff. And they kind of shifted into James Harden gets the ball, everyone stand, straight the floor. Yeah. And
ISO.
dribble.
Clear out.
Kick,
Clear
pass
out.
Oh, boy.
And like by the numbers, that was one of the best offenses ever.
Yeah.
Over a multi-year span. But again, you get into the playoffs, you have to have counters, and they never really had that. And the players that they were going after were guys that could fit that isolation style. We're going to get some spot-up shooters.
Yeah.
Not necessarily guys that can attack a closeout, just guys that can shoot. So once teams started taking away those easy catch and shoot opportunities, then it's, if Harden doesn't have it going, the offense dies.
Yeah.
And then the offseason, we're like, well, James Harden didn't have help. He was the only one that can create a shot.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like, that's true, but that's also kind of by design. And that all starts at the top.
Yeah.
Like, who's putting the roster together, then who's coaching the roster, and then what are the players doing?
Yeah.
So Morey stepping down, I think it says a little bit about, he has to see the writing on the wall to a certain degree. Like, James Harden is going to be a top 5 player for the next 2-3 years, barring injury. Russell Westbrook is not.
Ain't that your guy? Oh, you don't like that, do you?
No.
Yeah, you don't like that.
No.
I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah, like Russ isn't that guy, and like part of trying to make the roster work around Russ was trading Clint Capella to create even more space for Russ to drive in. And like Russ deserves a little bit of a pass because he dealt with COVID, dealt with some injuries, so he was trying to work himself back during the playoffs.
Right.
So he does get a little bit of a pass there, but ultimately he is a difficult star to build around because of the way he plays and the limitations of his game.
Yeah.
So putting him together with James Harden, it makes sense in ways and he doesn't make sense in other ways. And now, looking at how many picks they gave up to get Russ in there, and the contracts that they have on the roster right now, it's going to be kind of tough to make moves to kind of round out that roster. So I think Daryl Morey saw that as well. It's like, okay, we've hit a wall. There isn't as much flexibility as I'd like. I don't really have the assets to make the kind of moves that I want to make. The financial landscape of the league is in flux because of COVID, because of the China tweet from this preseason, how much money that cost the NBA.
Yeah.
He was wilding.
Yeah.
So all of that together, and then you get into Tillman Fertitta, who is basically a broke boy by NBA owner standards.
Facts.
Like, it just seemed like a great time for him to bow out.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't surprise me if he gets another job somewhere. Like, I will keep my eye on the Philly situation. If Elton Brand does more Elton Brand things, don't be surprised if they try to make a move there. It wouldn't surprise me if Morey just takes a year to kind of reset and then kind of survey the market. But I understand why he stepped down. Like, there was a lot working against him moving forward.
Yeah. Too much.
One thing I commend him for is he let it be known the way he set his roster up was to beat Golden State. That's the one thing he went for it. Man, for it. He let it be known too. He was like, I don't care. I'm serious. And I mean, if we being honest, the Rockets were the only team these past couple of years that really like gave the Warriors a run for their money. So he did something good.
Yeah. Once they got Kevin Durant, the Rockets were the only team to win 2 games off of that.
Right. Yeah.
Team.
Yep. No, his legacy would definitely not be unnoticed, but those are some good points. Nekias, I want to ask you this too before we get into our next topic. What was like for you, how did you get so into basketball? Like, what was it for you where you knew, like, you know what, I'm gonna be that guy when it comes to basketball news and writing these great pieces that you write? What started?
It started, I would say, back in high school. Like, the dream was making the NBA, and then you realize that, hey, like back in high school, hey, I'm like 5'8", like I'm not gonna make the league, and like that's not gonna happen. Yeah. But I also love to write, so I'm just like, okay, cool. I'm gonna stay connected with basketball this way. I'm gonna watch as much as I can. I'm gonna write. I was on Facebook, helping run the NBA Facebook page, tracking free agent moves and stuff like that. And that's just kind of grown, like just trying to find my own lane in that aspect. Like, how can I stay connected to the game? just helping run that Facebook page, I was kind of like the transaction guy. I was getting news to the page that I was writing for faster than other NBA pages. That's how I was helping it grow. And then I started breaking down more stuff, and like people were starting to flock to that. And then around that time, that's when Twitter was really starting to rise up. So I made a Twitter account, kind of doing similar things, just like tweeting about basketball. And I've just kind of steadily built a following from there. Especially like over the last couple of years, just really digging into film breakdowns and really getting into like what's happening and why, because the landscape of like the way that the NBA and the WNBA, but just the way that basketball is covered, it feels like I feel like so many people love the league, but I don't know how many people love the game of basketball.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's just a disconnect with how it's covered. That's why you go into this postseason, like Giannis wins MVP and Defensive Player of the Year, and like the first, second, and third topic is, what does this mean for his free agency next year?
Yeah.
And it's just like,
right.
why are we not talking about what he's actually doing, or like why he's as good?
Why he got that award?
Yeah, so like that's kind of where I'm trying to find my lane now. Like, y'all can have the narrative stuff. Like, there's a place for it, obviously. But I feel like more importantly, we have to talk about basketball. We have to cultivate the love for basketball. Because what's happened is that we have like collectively gotten so enamored with the storylines around basketball that's shaping the way that it's covered nationally. And that's why we have First Take and we have Undisputed and these shows. And they do well because it's just a bunch of arguing about storylines.
That's it.
But no one's really taking the time to like look at what's actually happening. So like there's just a lack of substance.
Right.
In the way basketball is talked about. So I kind of want to find my lane in there.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's why I enjoy reading your stuff, because your film breakdowns are really good.
Very
and the
good.
stuff you were doing for the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference Finals, I was like, some of this stuff I really didn't notice. And then when I watched the game, I'm like, oh shoot, Nekias was just talking about this, and I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like the way you break stuff down, it's amazing, bro.
Yeah, it's a gift, you know.
Yeah,
like,
it is. No, that is a gift.
I honestly don't think like I've even sat and watched film and broke stuff down since I was an athlete, you know. But it's funny you made that point about just how the media has now changed, you know, just off of the storylines and all of that. You know, even the whole situation with LeBron, should he took that shot, or the whole thing with Danny Green. And so you have so many people on Twitter, you know, quick to, LeBron should have took this, Danny Green, da. But nobody wants to sit and just, okay, let's analyze. Let's slow this down as to why LeBron decided not to take that shot. You know? So it's great that we have people like you on the internet, on Twitter, you know, putting out your work, putting out, you know, your different, you know, perspectives on things, because we don't have that.
Yeah,
we genuinely don't have that.
Not a lot of people doing it,
especially with the power of NBA Twitter now, and how it has exceptionally grown to where people feel like, you know, well, I got this many followers and everybody on NBA Twitter likes me, I'm just gonna say this,
it's
and people taking it around with it.
Memes and hot takes, but it's not a lot of analysis.
Yeah. So no, we definitely need you. You are a gem when it comes to the basketball world, and thank you for everything that you do with the NBA and WNBA. In regards to the breakdowns, man, like for real, we
doing them. Please
keep creating for real. Keep creating your space, because I mean, I learned from you. You know, you and we talked about it earlier. You know, just talking about me just sitting on watching you do these breakdowns and stuff. Because at the end of the day, I know for me, you know, going that I did play my whole life, I'm still a student of the game. You know. I still watch and rewatch the replays or whatever and just figure out like, why did this person do this or why did they do that? But I think that some people are just, they gotten lazy about it, or simply you just don't know the game. You're able to write about it, but you genuinely don't know anything about the game. And that's a huge issue. But no, shout out to you for real.
Appreciate it.
All right, we're gonna do college football. All right, college football.
Whoop whoop.
Another loss. UGA loses to Alabama.
I wonder if like the state of Georgia is just cursed altogether.
Yeah.
Or hear me out. Did we sacrifice everybody this weekend for the Falcons to win?
It was the wrong team if that happened. Because we should have just gave it to the Braves. But
I mean, for real, because y'all were right there.
Should have gave it to the Braves. I could have took another Falcons L.
Yo, this game, number one, it started off crazy because a couple of days before, Nick Saban tests positive. Yeah. Obviously, it was a false positive. Yeah. Y'all need to get a hold of that because y'all can't just be saying people tested positive and then there's got to be some type of control about it because then people who may not read up on stuff, we see the headlines of Nick Saban testing positive, and then on Saturday we see him coaching on the sidelines, and now people are pissed.
What happened to the whole 2-week quarantine?
You know,
I forgot all about the 2-week quarantine thing. You come back 3 days later, you fine. So yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, do something about these false positives. But hey, Georgia, Lord have mercy, fell 41-24. Stetson Bennett
he ain't having the second
was exposed second half.
I gave him a pass the first half because the 2 interceptions he threw, they were tip passes. So I was like, okay, I'll give him a break. That last one that he threw in the second half was like, nah, bro, you just forcing it at this time. You just forcing it at this point. But I mean, yeah, and Alabama made more bigger plays than them. They made they got a lot of playmakers. They run it
and defense.
Yeah, and defense good. They're solid. But UGA gonna get them back. I think they're gonna get them back in the SEC title game. Okay. I think they're gonna be straight.
Nekias, what are your thoughts?
I don't know. I feel like you kind of have to catch Alabama early if you're gonna catch them.
True.
Because once they get rolling with all the NFL prospects that they have, it just gets kind of, especially since they had so much going on off the field this past week with the Nick Saban thing. Even I saw a little bit of that on Twitter. Like, wait a minute, so he recovered in 2-3 days?
Right, exactly.
Right.
So I think just using a little bit of that should have been Georgia's push to kind of knock them off kilter a little bit. And the game was, I guess, close.
Yeah.
I mean, considering what Alabama can do to teams.
Right.
But I feel like that was an opportunity wasted from Georgia.
Yeah. They played a great first half. They
always do.
They were up.
They always are up. For the past 3 years, that's always been the story. Georgia was up first half, and then second half, Bama comes back.
You can replace that with any Georgia's team.
You see what I'm saying?
You can replace that with any Georgia team.
What is the issue? Why do we continuously have these trends of each of our teams blowing these leads? Can we stop? What?
I'm used to it.
I mean, I'm used to it too.
I'd just be looking at it. I'd be like, oh, this finna happen. I'm not surprised at all.
I feel like we just got to get all the Georgia teams together and just get just get a round table of sports.
A round table.
Emergency meeting.
Let's get a bunch of sports psychologists.
Fans are welcome to join. Y'all ever seen when quarantine first started and they started doing the Zoom calls like with the state representatives and stuff like that, and people would call in. Maybe Atlanta needs to do that. They was going in. So maybe we need to set that up here in Georgia because what was even worse this weekend, Malik Brown, was that Clemson came and just tore Georgia Tech up from the floor up. 73-7. Did Clemson have to do that?
Nah.
That was too far.
I think the only people that expected Tech to win was probably Tech fans because everybody else was like, nah, Clemson. But I ain't expect them to do that, though.
No.
I ain't expecting them to put up 73.
I knew that they were going to beat them, but like that?
It was 52-7 at the end of the first half.
Dear God.
52-7.
Dear God.
Trevor Lawrence was going off.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence looking like Matt Ryan out there.
Oh, man.
Trevor.
Wow.
Trevor to Atlanta 2021.
I'm not going to say a thing about that. Y'all can have it.
Hey, people on Twitter was having a ball, though.
A few hours down the road.
Did you see the guy in the press box? I think it was during the Tech game, and he had on a jersey. It was a Falcons jersey. I think it was a Matt Ryan jersey. Don't quote me on that. But he put some tape over the name.
I know what you're talking about. Put Lawrence. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. He got to go.
Oh, my
He got to go for that. I hope they kicked him out the press box.
But it was the most points Clemson has put up since the year 1915 when they played Furman and beat Furman 94-0. 1915, y'all.
Georgia always got some type of bad stat or statistic with them. It's always something bad going on with Georgia.
It's never a good statistic.
They always gonna make history. They're
always
on the wrong side.
Always on the wrong side of history. Don't make sense.
I don't understand. But what are some games you all are looking forward to this weekend?
I'm gonna be honest. I have not looked at any of
Okay.
the games, so
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
not looked at any.
It's nothing like crazy. I want to see the South Carolina LSU game because I know that South Carolina had a huge upset.
Oh, yeah.
This past weekend, and then Tennessee and Bama maybe. But then I got UNC and NC State as well.
Yeah,
It's nothing like
it ain't nothing special.
huge.
Yeah, it's nothing
but-
like UGA and Bama. This
Yeah,
week,
nah.
I am still waiting on. I root for the other SC.
Okay.
In Southern California, so I'm
Okay.
waiting on them to get back into the flow of things and see how they're going to disappoint me this year.
Yeah.
Since they went through like 8 quarterbacks last year.
Yeah.
People transfer. Like it was like 3, it wasn't 8, but like it felt like it was 8.
Rough.
Boy.
Like,
Rough times.
Yeah. Like the program is falling so much, man.
Yeah.
We just rotating
Wrap it
coaches.
up.
Wrap it up, man.
We still trying to get Reggie Bush's name back in the record books, man.
Yeah.
It's a lot going on, bro. The fall from grace has not been.
They got to
It
make
has
some shake, man.
They got to make something shake real quick.
For real,
I'm
for
fed
real.
up.
Yeah, no. Wrap it up then. On to some MLB news before we get out of this segment. The Braves. My God, the Braves have blown a, 3-1 lead.
Yeah. I saw what you said on Twitter too.
What did I say?
Didn't you blame me on Twitter and then delete the tweet?
I did. I tweeted and deleted.
See that, man?
Because
You see what she be doing to me,
no,
man? You see what she
actually
be doing to me,
no.
though?
I didn't delete that.
I ain't see it. I saw it.
I remember tweeting it, but I
Yeah.
didn't delete.
I saw it come up on my notifications when I woke up, but then when
Yeah.
I went to go on Twitter to see where it was, I was like, it's gone.
You jinxed us.
I didn't do nothing.
You said
I didn't do nothing.
They are the Miami Heat of the MLB.
Oh, see, now I can't
See?
back you up now.
Thank you. Thank you. But you know what, Malik? Every year they're one step closer to getting to the World Series.
So you saying next year is the year?
They're young, fully
Yeah.
equipped,
Yeah.
and very, very talented.
I didn't think they was gonna make it this far anyway. With all the injuries and stuff that they had, I was like, I
True.
mean, for them to even push the Dodgers to Game 7, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, still pretty sad, but mark my words, they will be crowned World Series champs
Hopefully.
one day soon. But we got Rays and Dodgers in the World Series. The Dodgers are favored over the Rays to win the World Series. I'm gonna root for the underdog team, the Rays, because this is their second World Series appearance.
Thanks.
wow.
The Dodgers are looking for their first title since '88, but they've been here before.
Yeah.
So we'll see. World Series is going to be kicking off on Tuesday of this week. So, yeah. Baseball.
I think I'm gonna go with the Dodgers just because I feel like it'll make the Braves loss a little bit.
Okay.
Like just because
Yeah.
you lost to the world champs.
Right. Right.
So
technically, we are world champs in
Kind
our
of,
own
sort.
mind. In our own mind.
This is what Atlanta sports fans do.
Yeah.
They try to find little silver linings and like, we still did this, but
Yeah.
Y'all world champ adjacent. Oh man.
We got to. But hey, guys, we're going in. You got to be kidding me. Stay tuned.
Let's go, y'all. All right, guys, we are back with You Gotta Be Kidding Me. We got some good stuff.
Some crazy
Stuff. Let's pop it off with the Denver Nuggets leaving Carmelo off the favorite Nuggets of all time list. How do you do that? Why do you do that?
One of the best players the Nuggets have ever had.
They put Nick Van Exel, Dikembe Mutombo, Alex English, Jokic, and Chauncey Billups in there.
What is up with everybody disrespecting Melo though? I'm sick of the Melo disrespect.
He been getting disrespect for about
No,
2 years
for
now.
real.
It's crazy.
I mean, come on now. Before he was drafted, they missed the 8 playoff. I mean, they missed the playoffs 8 seasons before, and then when he's there, all 7 years they make it to the playoffs. I'm confused.
It got to be the way he left or something, but I mean, it
That's
has
what
to
I'm
be
thinking.
that. It got to
has
be that.
That's what I'm thinking.
I think that's what it's gonna be. Just that lingering of how he left.
Yeah.
It's like, and that has to be it, because it's not even that he left. It's I'm gonna force a trade to New York,
Right.
when New York was going to have cap space to sign me.
Yeah.
Like 4 or 5 months later.
So I'm
Like,
trying to do it
he
now.
tried to get out of there.
Do it now.
So like I completely understand Nugget fans being like, you know what, nah, bleep Melo, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to leave? Not only do you want to leave, you want to leave expeditiously after leading us to
Expeditiously.
the playoffs. Like we've traded for AI. We've traded for Chauncey Billups. We just got to a Western Conference Finals. Like, we done put all these young pieces around you, and like, not only do you want to leave, you like, nah, don't even wait till the.
I gotta go now.
I gotta get out of here. I need to get to the Big Apple. Like,
it's my team, and I need it now. That's basically what Melo said.
Oh man, I need that on the ringtone.
It's my team, and I need it now. Mood.
Wow, boy.
Mood.
But did y'all see what Portland did on their
Of course.
Oh my gosh.
Of course.
Oh my gosh. Petty.
Hey, shout out to the social media teams because they be on it.
For real. For some reason, I feel like the Hawks started that. Like the whole, I mean, I'm pretty sure it might have been another team, but I guess because I follow the Hawks, but the whole like the funny thing, the funny memes and stuff like that, I feel like the Hawks kind of like started it. Then the other teams were just like, okay, let's get our social media together right.
Yeah, like Hawk Social's been good for a long time.
Yeah.
King's Social has been good.
Kings
for
too. Yeah, Kings.
Facts. Facts.
They always they've been wild. Like, y'all been holding
Kings
down
and
for a long
Hawks.
time.
Yeah.
All right. Next, Adam Gase.
Why?
Adam Gase.
Why? That's what I'm gonna tell Ricky to intern.
Why?
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 Why? Why? Why? Why? Why?
Why is he still there? I'm not even sure how he's been able to even land these head coaching positions because his recent NFL rankings aren't great. In 2015, when he was offensive coordinator with the Cubs, they were ranked 21st. His times with the Dolphins, 2016 through 2018, they finished 24th in 2016, 25th in 2017, and 31st in 2018, and 2019 last. So I'm confused.
Privilege.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
about all.
if we want to say it,
Man.
that's what it boils down to. Privilege.
I just don't get, like, he doesn't have the results. And for all the talk about, you know, we're going to establish a culture and all this stuff and how he's a tough guy with all these top talented dudes. Like, at a certain point, if you are trying to establish a culture and, like, no matter where you are, that always involves one of your 3 or 4 best players leaving.
Yeah.
At a certain point, it has to be about you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, how are you clashing with Jamal Adams?
Oh, come on.
Like, what?
That's
Come
your best
on.
player.
Like, what are we
That's your
doing
best player.
here?
But, you know, Rex Ryan had said on the NFL Countdown that the players that were with Gase in Miami don't really like him. And unfortunately, neither do the players from the Jets like him. So, obviously, hello, NFL.
Problem.
Wrap it up, Dean.
That's the problem.
Like, you can't do that, bro. You can't have bad results and a bad process and have a bad personality.
Yeah.
At the same. Like, you got to have one of them.
Something.
Yeah.
That's just like somebody just, you know, not being the best looking person. You know, you can still have a good personality, but you literally have like nothing to bring to the table. I don't understand how you're still there.
I'll be on one of them threads on Twitter where you asking for money and whatnot. Like, you can't. You got to have something going.
Something.
For you, man.
Something. Yeah. Gotta go. I mean, I can't believe he's still there. Like, we think we have it bad in Atlanta, but I can only imagine what
New
Jets
York
fans are feeling.
has it bad.
Yeah. It's awful.
Really bad.
He's toxic.
Boy.
You getting that money though? I get them.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's what you can always say.
Yeah.
I'm doing bad, but I'm still getting paid.
Okay.
You get paid for doing a bad job. I ain't never.
Man, well, hire
be
me.
surprised.
Shoot.
For real.
Hire me. That's the case. We
Give
throwing
me
money
for
out
half the
here.
price to do the job you did.
Okay.
Man, I will print off a Madden ebook so fast. Like, we can run this right now.
I've had experience with Madden since 2009.
We just gonna run HB stretch all game.
Okay.
I can get you 29.
I can do a Hail Mary. I know that.
There we go.
Oh, crazy.
But it gets even crazier this season because the Eagles finally was letting their fans, you know, come in. And during the Eagles and Ravens game, I don't know if some Eagles fans were upset. Obviously they were. And it was unclear why they got to fighting, but an Eagles fan started it. He was the aggressor. He went down a couple of rows, got into it with a Ravens fan. From there, his friends jumping in, and then that guy's friends is jumping in, and it's just all bad. All bad. How embarrassing.
Eagle fans are ruthless though.
They are.
That's
tough.
one group of fans that I really don't like dealing with because they're delusional. They are. I have an Eagles fan that's a friend. He's delusional. Oh, you're an Eagles fan. So, folks, I don't think he's delusional.
Woo, allergies, man.
Are you delusional?
I don't think I'm delusional. I would not like to.
Sips water. Are you sure?
I feel like on many things.
Anything but that, huh?
I don't know if that's on the list.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
I can't say I agree with that portion of the fan base. I just get my yelling out on Twitter. Like, my role in the Eagles fan base is to be the serial pessimist. Like, I remember making like a 4-tweet thread being so upset about Carson Wentz tearing his ACL in 2017. It's like, oh man, this was it,
Terrible
man. I can't
times.
believe a great season. Oh man, I can't believe it ended like this. He's gonna win MVP, yada yada yada. And then Nick Foles happened. I was like, you know what? I'll take being wrong. And it has been downhill since then.
Yeah.
Not that great. I'm so sorry.
1-4-1, and we are gonna be winning the division if we beat the freaking
The
Giants on
NFC
Thursday.
East is amazing.
It is. That's one way to describe it. Yeah, that
amazing.
is certainly that's an adjective. Yeah,
But that's one league that's one division where it's like you can have a bad record and still make the playoffs. Because I think the Giants. Well, I don't know if the Giants had a bad record that one year they went to the Super Bowl, but they were like, I think 8-8 or like something. Like
they had a 9-7
year.
year.
It wasn't amazing, but I was like, wow, bro. Like, so I mean, it is what it is.
It ain't over, but that's the frustrating part. I'm just like, if this is what we're looking at right now. Like, let's just get us a top 5, top 6 pick, get some young guys in there, whatever. But now we 1-4-1, and we can again a win on Thursday. We win in the division. Like, what is? I don't know. I ain't gonna be fighting nobody though. You ain't gotta worry about it.
Yo, that was wild. I'm like, are you that upset that you just went and? He was probably one of those people like, man, the next person that speak to me, I'm gonna just pop him. And obviously, you know,
we're famously the fan base that booed and threw snowballs to Santa Claus. So, I mean,
wow,
nothing's out of the realm of possibility.
Oh my gosh. But no one appeared to be injured, so I don't even think authorities came. You know, just
probably let them have it.
They let them have it. And
we've seen this before. It ends somehow. It ends some way. Somebody stops fighting.
Facts. All right, this one is crazy. Drake unfollowed T.I. in a claim that one of his friends peed on Drake. Obviously, it was true because Meek Mill, when him and Meek Mill were beefing in the freestyle Wanna Know, Meek Mill said, "You let Tip Homie piss on you in a movie theater. Bleep. We ain't forget." So over the weekend, T.I. dropped his album, The Libra, and he rapped and said, "We did it big, caught a body, spent millions appealing your case while I'm fighting my own, somehow got you home, so drunk in LA, you end up pissing on Drake, bleep bleep, that's still my brother since back in the trap house." So basically, he just put his friend out there. You got pissy drunk. You peed on Drake back in 2010 during the Takers premiere. Drake got upset and he stormed out of the theater.
So what you're saying?
Can't do nothing about it.
So Drake was pissed.
Yo,
I gotta go.
That was hot.
That was great.
That was heat.
That's tough.
That's gonna be a snippet.
Yo, you be doing that on Twitter all the time, and I be sick, bro.
It'd be so clever. I'm like, yes, Nekias for the content.
Hey man, basketball and puns. That's what it's That's all.
Nekias is the funniest person I know. So in other words, he was pissed. Funny. I ain't gonna ever forget that. Yes. He was referring to his friend Cap. He allegedly started urinating on himself during a screening of Takers. And Drake was pissed, literally, and stormed out. I wouldn't even know where to start. How do you even come back from that, being a grown man peeing on another grown man because you can't hold your liquor?
You don't come back from that.
Yeah, bro, you just got some water at that point, though.
Yeah.
You gotta retire. That's the wake up call. Like, Can't do this. No
I'm
more.
surprised this is a thing. I'm surprised it was Drake.
I just want to know how it even.
How it, yeah.
Did he just
Yeah.
aim?
Yeah, the
and-
logistics of this isn't making.
It don't
Like,
make-
were they
yeah.
sitting beside each other?
Yeah.
Or they-
We need more. We need more. We need more, guys. We need more.
Well, I guess no one's gonna address it because Drake has unfollowed T.I. I mean, you know, it may just be a story that just kind of disappears. I don't know. I have a lot of questions.
Yeah, me too.
I have a lot of questions.
Gotta hate that story leaked. That's,
Wow.
Nekias 2-0.
Wow.
Nekias is up
Yo.
2-0 right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Guys, we are witnessing greatness.
Greatness right here.
In our firsthand.
I'm just doing what I can.
It's literally like a light bulb that just. Meanwhile, mine's is like flickering like. Oh my goodness. Well, we even got another crazy story. Rapper Nuke Bizzle was arrested after bragging about unemployment fraud. He was allegedly committing unemployment fraud. He was using his lifestyle to fuel his career. He even said what got him caught up. Unemployment so sweet. We had 1.5 land this week. You gotta sell cocaine. I can just file a claim.
No cap.
Donkey of the day.
Oh God.
What was that video? Dude yelling like, "How they catch you in 4K?" It's just like, how do you stitch on yourself?
I just wanted. I mean,
Rappers do this all the time.
but has
It's crazy.
nobody learned from Bobby Shmurda in his situation?
And Melly. And that
And Melly.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just like if you gonna rap about what you're doing, like I mean that's a staple of rap. I understand that. Like even if you're lying about it, like
Yeah.
Jay-Z and all those bricks. But like if you're gonna lie, if you're gonna put your business out there, embellished or not, it has to at least be cool.
You feel me?
Like you can,
Yeah.
how you make a catchy tune about embezzling the government? That ain't how that. Not even embezzling the government. Like let me file for. I don't have a job. Let me file some paperwork.
Right.
That's a bar.
To fuel my
That's a bar.
declining rap career.
What part of the game is that?
I've
I
never
don't
even
get
heard of
it.
the guy.
I mean he's 31 apparently, and that he's trying to fuel his rap career. He is going to jail y'all, because upon further investigation it was discovered that during his arrest they found eight EDD debit cards in his possession. Do y'all want to know how much it was on there?
How much?
At least 92 debit cards preloaded with more than $1.2 million.
He didn't think he was gonna get caught.
But okay.
How do you keep track of all those cards?
Yeah. That's yeah.
Do you just get like a post-it note?
I mean,
Like
Just put it
tap on the card like this one got this much left. This one right here.
it's literally like a job for people to scam though.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's bad. And like, honestly, y'all, what's sad is the fact that like y'all are doing like these scams are getting so popular now that the government is really going to start cracking down. And
Just do Forex like the regular people. You ain't gotta.
Boy. Hey, I heard before people be tripping now. You can't even get out.
You can't get out
even
of
get
here.
out.
Did y'all
did y'all see that tweet?
yeah.
Hey, bro, your mom still working?
It was like, what does my mom have to do with this?
talking about if you're not making 100K, you should be staying in. That sounds like a cult to me, buddy.
Like, what,
But okay, yeah, no.
tracking
no.
my mom's pay stuff? This
For real.
This is side
Mom
money.
still
What-
work?
Or how about this? We just go get a job. You
Yeah,
know, let's go get a
that's
job.
real simple. That's
Like, and you sitting
Easiest
here
thing.
rapping about it.
yeah.
You could at least cover it up and just say, you selling a brick or whatever, or
Nah, you
whatever
say
they
you
say.
You selling more than
Unemployment.
It's more than a brick.
You rapping about scamming the government.
1.5.
Come on now.
I can't imagine rapping about paperwork. That's crazy. That's a different breed.
He was
right
like,
there.
No,
this,
he
this
just-
gonna hit. They gonna
Yeah.
love this. they
They gonna love you in jail too.
I'm gonna be flying 3 to 5 business days. What you mean?
Crazy. I need to go take a look at his Instagram.
Oh man.
Because they post everything on Instagram, from the money, the
Yeah,
cars,
true,
everything they
true,
get.
yeah.
I scammed the government, guys. Look,
Back at it again.
T.I. had the club packed last weekend for his album release party. No mask. About
mask off.
1,000+ people up in there, jam packed in the club.
In the A-town tonight, let's fucking party. I want my motherfucking dogs to party. Let's do it. Come to it. Make it a club, man. Make it a club.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. You won't catch me in a club during Rona season for a T.I. album release party. I'm so sorry. Sorry. I ain't even gonna risk my life for the album
had
release.
A mask on.
Nobody.
Not even a soul. I didn't see one soul.
Like, bro, you can just buy at the source for cheaper than that.
You
just go to the house. Like,
you just out here naked.
I feel like clubs need to just, when you get checked, they just need to just hand you a mask. Just here, man. Like,
you know what? Maybe that's what they should do.
That's what they need to do. That's because it just seemed like they was like on this one. It was like you can't have your mask on in here, so. It's either mask on, it's either mask off, or you gotta go home, buddy.
Put that in the fees, the club fees when you gotta pay to get in. You gotta pay for a mandatory mask. You must keep mask on unless you were drinking or eating.
Yeah.
I mean, if y'all gonna keep the clubs going,
please
at least do that.
Yeah.
So you can't say you a leader of the community and you not leading by
example.
example.
I remember that. What he called us, the Wakanda.
Oh my God, the Wakanda. Oh my gosh, I get nightmares thinking about
He said we are Wakanda.
I was watching that live, and I'm literally sitting at home, and I'm just like, bro, did he just?
He's a parody of himself.
Did he just say we are the Wakanda?
Wakanda.
First of all, sir, Wakanda is not even real. We are the Wakanda.
That's the first thing that came off the top of his head. He must have been looking at Black Panther before he came to the press.
Well, he was high and he looked lit to me. He looked like they just called him because this was during the time when the protest was and they were looting. Mm-hmm. Mayor Keisha Lance Bottom, she cussing everybody out. Yeah. And then he gets on, come on, man, we the Wakanda of the South. I get you.
TIP, homie.
I'll always thank T.I. for ATL. Great performance.
Yeah, great.
But like he has just like he still raps. I can't say he's post-rap career, but like he is just the way he's like parlayed this into being like the smartest person in a room full of dumb people.
Yeah.
And like kind of giving himself more importance than he should have. It's very annoying. It's
crazy
for him to have the platform that he does.
Yeah, I don't agree with a lot that he does. I mean, I don't understand what's wrong with people just sitting back and just minding your business and just not speaking out on stuff.
Right.
Okay. Like, especially when it comes to like the protests and stuff like that. Like, find some organizers that are on the ground, that have already done the legwork, and like fund them.
Right.
Stay out the way. Because once you get a microphone and you have the platform that you have, if you misstep at all,
it's raps.
Like, A, you're gonna look like an idiot. B, the other side is just gonna use you as, you see, this black man here agrees with me. So he should be smarter than this. And like the way he throws like 6 to 8 synonyms per sentence, like he tries to appear smarter than this. But I don't get it, bro. Like just stay in your lane. It's okay. Like it's not for everybody to expand. It's not. Like, find your lane, thrive in it, and then help the people that are actually in that lane.
Thank you.
If it isn't for you, like that's all you gotta do.
That's it. We not asking you to do nothing else. So no. Another crazy story. New Yorker Jeffrey Toobin suspended for masturbating on a Zoom call. Oh my goodness.
I've seen this one too many times.
Okay, so with this new day and age, y'all, we on these Zoom calls, WebEx calls, or whatever you use for your job. At least make sure your camera is off and you are muted.
Yeah, please.
Close the webcam cover or something.
Please. Get you one of these things. The things that kind of like,
Jesus,
please,
or
like,
just
it's that simple.
Just wait until your call is over. Did you want to? You wanted to masturbate while you're on the call during the most crucial time right now, election times at that, bro.
Man thought it was erection time. That's just kind of Oh no!
Wow,
Nekias,
guys, we're back
look,
at it again, guys.
3-0, Nekias.
I can't even
blowing
give
us
him
away.
that, bro. Like put it away.
Literally,
Put it away.
Please.
Put it away, bro.
Please.
Like the Zoom call is gonna be like 45 minutes max. Like
it.
just put it away.
You couldn't
it away.
wait that long?
Wait.
Like and it's Zoom, so like they have like actual chats. Like type in their bathroom break. Be right back. You know, if you got some homies in the Zoom chat with you, tell them to take some notes for you. Record the call. Do something. Like go away from your screen. Like wait for it to be over. But if it's that dire, bro, just leave. Go to.
I mean,
go
apparently
to
the video got to be on the screen if they don't want to go away from it.
Well, no. Apparently, y'all, it was during a break, and he hopped on another call,
Oh,
and it was like phone sex, and
brother.
yeah,
Oh, it was like that.
It was like that. It was a video call equivalent
Oh.
of phone sex.
oh.
So he switched to the second call, and
I'm appalled.
Were there time slots? Could that not be scheduled after the?
I don't know.
Hey, I got this 415. Let me see if I can slide you in for the 4.
Oh my
424.
God. Y'all,
It's not gonna take long.
the man is married at that.
Oh.
That just really just
Wait,
Was she the one that
yeah, that's what I
called?
was about to say. Was she the one or?
no.
He got a whole host of other
Oh,
issues
so
then.
he
Like-
was.
No.
Like, bro, you
I-
should have just
well,
been able to go to the house.
They never said who he was on the phone call with, but
Nobody
he,
admitting to that now.
he apologized to his wife, family, friends, and coworkers. So I'm assuming that his wife may have not been on the call. I mean, I would think she would be in the house with him, but I mean,
Like,
who knows?
It's like the Daniel House situation, huh?
But he said he thought no one could see him. He thought he muted the call. I mean, gosh.
I feel like he personally owes me an apology. The fact that we even discussing, he needs to forget family and friends. Like he needs to apologize to all of us.
Yeah,
Because
he
now
does.
this is Twitter discourse, and like we are now on a podcast talking about what you do to yourself during Zoom calls. Like you owe all of us a.
I just, I
We
really,
gotta do
really,
better.
my heart really goes out to the coworkers because I can only imagine you hear something like, am I tripping?
Yeah.
Do I hear what I
Yeah.
think I'm hearing? And then
It's like that. It's like that.
wow.
It's like the SpongeBob movie when King Neptune removed that bag off his head and he was bald and everybody's eyes started frying. It's like
I
no,
am disgusted.
No, sir.
I'm
No,
so
sir.
disgusted. Come
Monsters
on,
Inc.
y'all.
Put that thing back where it's or so help me.
Do better. Do better.
Nah, bro.
Last topic of you gotta be kidding me. A couple of days ago, Aisha Curry, she posted a selfie of her and Steph, hanging out. And social media dragged her because she decided to change her wig and she decided to put the Snapchat filter on. Why is it that why does it seem like everyone is coming for Aisha Curry? Every time Aisha does something, she says something, she breathes, she blinks. It's always something.
Twitter hates Aisha Curry for some apparent reason.
Why?
I don't know why.
She's not problematic. Like,
Why?
Like the only thing I can think of is we going 3-4 years back, whenever it was, and she was talking about how she dresses for Steph, and she was like, you
Yeah.
other girls can do whatever, but I'm gonna keep it covered up for the one that matters, or however she phrased it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And like, I understand why she caught flack for that, because I mean there was at least a hint of shaming there, so I can see why that would rub some people the wrong way.
Yeah.
But like that isn't a thing she should be dragged 4 years later.
No.
Like there seems to be like some residual.
They still
hate
holding
there.
on to
Like,
that.
they
Social
still,
media
like,
though, they don't let anything go
They don't.
though,
They
y'all.
They don't.
nah,
like
sure.
that ain't healthy. Like even if you feel like she was wrong for that, like
Yeah.
that's just okay, she wanted them, leave her alone type deals.
Uh-huh.
Not literally anytime she says something, she's
They
getting
on her
dragged
head.
to
Everything.
oblivion.
Right.
Like
She has to be quiet, bro.
Yeah, leave her alone. Let her live her life. Sis is just happy to be a wonderful wife to her
Right.
husband. She be minding her business just because she decided to wear a blonde wig, whether it was purple, blonde, green, whatever. Like, let her live her life. Y'all don't say anything else about anybody else.
Just her.
She just wants to chef it up and make babies.
You know, that's it. That's it.
She had her own show too, like her. Yeah, her own little. Yeah,
Oh
they
my
hating.
God.
It's hate.
Her restaurant is so good.
It's
too.
hate.
Her restaurant is great. But anyways, yeah, stay off Aisha Curry. We are going into Music Roundup. You guys stay tuned.
Now we'll bring up the music for you. Hip hop and
R&B.
All right, guys, we are back with Music Roundup. It's been a minute since we did a Music Roundup.
Yeah.
Good music came out. 2 weeks, a week ago. We gonna start with Bryson Tiller. Anniversary. Didn't like it.
Yeah. Okay. So let me ask you, why? Is it because it just doesn't hit as hard as Trap Soul, or because I did see like a lot of people were like, "Nah, this ain't it."
It's just not. It's not him. Like it really. I felt like I was listening to one whole big song, and I mean, it's nothing like Trap Soul, because I feel like that's his best project, and people say that True to Self was a bad. I actually like True to Self. True to Self was good to me, but people saying that True to Self wasn't good. And then you put Anniversary out, and it's like, I felt like he was trying to get the same vibes as Trap Soul, but it was nowhere near that. And I mean, you know, he done did a couple little, like, he done took a couple breaks or whatnot. I mean,
A little too many breaks.
yeah, a little too many breaks, honestly. But this is one album I will not go back to.
No.
No,
Not one song.
It's not one song I like on here.
Not even a song with Drake. Next to You.
No.
You don't like Next to You?
And I usually like Drake. He ruined that Drake feature. He ruined it.
Dang.
I don't like it.
That's rough. That's rough.
Sorry.
That's rough.
But I will always go back to Trap Soul, though. I will always go back to Trap Soul.
So let me ask you this, because, and I think that this is what he had talked about, just dealing with, you know, depression and that pressure. And I think a lot of these young artists are really, really feeling that right now, where they're like, man, my next album has to be just as good as my first album. And you hear a lot of stories like this. And I know he's talked about that with, you know, now he's, you know, found the love of his life. Just had a baby.
Yeah.
And I know that people have been wanting for years since Trap Soul has dropped, like,
Something.
we need something. You know, and he finally dropped something, and it still wasn't enough. So it'll be interesting to see. I see that him and Kehlani are working on something, so let's hope.
Yeah, saw that. Yeah.
That it's pretty cool. Yeah, very emotional. Late night vibes that'll go on that playlist. Yep.
Can't wait to see the IG captions and IG stories based on that. It's gonna be great.
Right.
Just something not car ride type deal.
Yeah.
Facts.
Late night ride. Late night ride. But okay, what would you rate it, Malik Brown?
Out of 10 or out of 5?
Out of 10.
That seems high the way you talked about it.
Okay.
2.
2.
Ooh.
Okay.
I can't do it.
I didn't.
I tried.
I
tried to go back to it.
I like maybe 2 songs off of there, so I'm gonna give him a 5 out of 10. I just don't know if he's putting in the effort that he put in the first time.
Like you said, I mean, with everything he had going on, you know, he got a kid now, found the love of his life. You know, sometimes that just music really don't hit the same. Maybe he was like going through something when Trap Soul, and he just put out that fire music.
True.
People always be like, Future don't really make good stuff until he got his heart broke. So I mean,
do you agree? Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say he seems
Why
like
so
he's
toxic?
an entirely different dude now.
right.
So-
Yeah.
It'll make sense that like the content matter has changed a little bit, the vibe has changed a little bit. So
Yeah.
I mean, Future just a whole nother breed of person.
Yeah, that's a whole nother
that's
whole nother subject.
yeah.
All right, we are going into the second album that's dropped earlier this week. T.I. The Libra. Thoughts?
I liked it. I liked
Okay.
it. I actually did not know he dropped an album until like yesterday. Somebody had to tell me.
I didn't know until I saw the video, and everybody was like, I will not risk my life for a T.I. album.
Yeah, I just feel like it's been a minute since I actually listened to a T.I. project. It's been a hot minute, and he drops a substantial amount of music. He drops a lot of music, but this was actually good. This was good. The features, he got a lot of features.
Yeah.
Young Thug, Lil Baby, 42 Doug. He got a lot. even John Legend,
Yeah.
21 Savage. So
Yeah.
he did good with the features.
Okay.
He did good with the features. Even the songs by himself were pretty solid. So I enjoyed this from top to bottom.
Okay. What would you rate it?
I'll give it an 8.
Okay.
Give it an 8.
I'll give it a 7.
7. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not something I would, a couple songs
Yeah.
I downloaded, but not something I would want to listen to every day.
For sure.
And it's very long, entirely.
It is long, 20 songs.
I do not like long albums.
His Chris Brown vibes.
No, nobody is beating Chris Brown. Now, Chris Brown has been very, very quiet, and people should be concerned when he's
what
quiet.
that means. You know what that means.
He's about to drop like a 40-track album.
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, he's dropping a full blown documentary. It's kind of
Facts.
album gonna be on Netflix, first one ever.
He putting a whole hard drive on there, like, hey, this is off the new hard drive. Here's 120 songs. But we can't say that Chris Brown never makes music, so they all sound the same.
Yeah,
but
true.
All right, this next one was special. Benny the Butcher, Burden of Proof. That whole, like, there was no skips for me.
None.
It was straight hip hop though, like something that we've been missing for years.
Tough hip-hop.
Like he's definitely changed the vibe of having that trap or what is the drill music? Because I know he's from New York.
Yeah.
But this was smooth.
Yeah.
This was smooth.
I just saw Twitter was talking about him,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Who is this Benny the Butcher guy?" And then I listened to the Libra, and I was like, "Oh shoot, he on here." So I don't know if that's where they got him from, but he got some good stuff. So.
Yeah, no, he has some really, really good stuff. I really love the song with him and Queen Naja. He has my guy Dom Kennedy on there. If you know me, I am a huge Dom Kennedy stan. I don't care what anybody says about Dom. I love Dom. So that was dope to see. But yeah, I give this a 10 out of a 10.
Oh, okay.
no
Okay. Ding,
slips.
ding, 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 ding.
It feels good though to like hear like good
Rap.
music,
Like,
rap,
yeah,
true
like, yeah,
hip hop.
true,
That's
true.
the vibe that I got, and that's what I've been looking for. Like, yes, trap music, it's catchy, it has its own vibe to it.
Yeah.
But I miss hip hop,
Right,
Like
yeah.
real, true hip hop, and that is the feels I got from him.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm gonna get this one an 8. I'm gonna get this an 8.
Okay.
All right. So next, I ain't know about this until you told me.
Look, one of my friends sent it to me.
That's great. Mario's still making music.
Mario, and he still sounds.
He still
the
sounds the
exact
same.
same.
I was like, hold up, am I listening to Let Me Love You or?
Right. No, Mario sounds really good.
Yeah.
This is actually a sleeper album for me because I don't think a lot of people have known that he's dropped.
Yeah.
But
When did it come out?
about a couple of days ago. I looked it up just to make
Wow.
sure. It was a couple of days ago, and I was like, wow, I'm very impressed because one of my friends was speaking highly of it. They sent it to me, and I was like, all right, I'm going to take a listen. I don't, really
Yeah.
care for it.
That shit about what, 5 songs? I
5
was like,
songs, but it
16
was
minutes.
It was cool.
Yeah,
It was real
yeah,
cool, real chill. I'll give it a 8 out of a 10.
All right, cool.
Still making headlines too.
I'ma go with 8, yeah.
What was that clip? He was talking to someone. He was like, "You put anybody up against me vocally, and I don't think anybody can stick with me." I was like, "Oh,
Yes, I saw I didn't read the article, but
Wow.
I did
Saw
see
the
that
snip.
on Twitter. Yeah,
said that for real?
He did.
He was like,
Chris Brown would like a word with you.
I'm just like, the man can sing if he can't do nothing else. That's pretty. That's pretty high though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little too much dip on your chip, but yeah, I mean, no, he can sing. Mario can sing.
He can.
He can sing.
He can sing.
He can sing now. He can sing. If he was much more, and I know he was going through like a lot of ups and downs when he was in the prime of his career, and he took that break
Yeah.
and kind of disappeared a little bit. I know he was going through a lot, so maybe we'll see more of him.
All right. I got a question.
Okay.
Who y'all taking, Mario or Trey Songz?
Trey Songz.
Without a doubt. It's a wash.
In terms of what, just
Yeah.
how
okay.
well he sings,
I
the
hope you ain't talking about
catalog, or-
Purple.
Ooh, let's do both.
I feel like
Definitely. Trey
Vocals,
Songz.
Trey Songz. All right, what about the catalog?
Okay, catalog Trey Songz. Vocals, Mario. Mario
Okay.
could
Yeah,
sing.
that's where I was going to go. I was like, catalog, I don't think it's close.
Catalog. If we talking about catalog, definitely Trey. But Mario can sing.
Okay.
We going with Mario.
Okay.
All right, the last thing, Ty Dolla $ign. Oh, I'm so excited for this album to drop. Oh, it's actually dropping in a couple of days. But Ty Dolla featuring Janae Aiko and DJ Mustard, By Yourself single. No? You wasn't feeling it?
I'm gonna tell you why I didn't like it.
Okay.
This is a joke, but this may be real.
Let's go, Malik A. Smith.
Ty Dolla $ign is only good.
Okay, that's
when
it.
He is featured, not when it's his song. What's the name of his album? Because he knows too. He hears it.
Feature Ty Dolla $ign.
He know it. He knows it. He knows it. I'm just saying.
That's been the rep on him for a minute, ain't it?
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, though. Go ahead. I'm listening.
I listen to his albums. He has a lot of sleepers. I mean, when you're produced by... Okay, so
Sorry.
you wasn't feeling it. So how
Sorry.
do you feel about the album? You're not excited?
Y'all listen to it. If it's a featuring Ty Dolla $ign on every song.
Oh my God. This guy here is... I'm going to start calling you Malik A. Smith. Because your takes are just...
Oh, no.
I love this.
out of pocket sometimes.
Did you like the song?
I did. I love Janae. And I love anything produced by DJ Mustard. And of course, I love Ty Dolla.
Yeah.
But I can't see where you were getting at with that. Let's just hope the album is really good. But yes, any features, just like you just sprinkle them on.
Yeah, for
and
real.
It's like seasoning. It makes it just so much better.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Good
He's
point.
like, well, he's kind of like the opposite of Nav, where Nav is only good when he has a feature on his music.
I don't like
But
his
I can't do
voice.
Nav. I can't do Nav by himself.
I don't like his voice.
Yeah. I mean,
Sounds like a robot. Remember we talked about like way back in the day, our first couple episodes, and we were talking about Nav. He had dropped some project, and I was like, yeah, he sounds like Mr. Krabs. When SpongeBob thought Mr. Krabs turned into a robot. Beep beep boop boop,
Beep, boop,
bop
bop,
bop bop. That's how he raps. Like sit in the pack.
yeah, he does rap like that for real. Yeah.
Very robotic. Anyways, y'all, that is the end of Music Roundup. Stay tuned. We are about to close out episode
Wrap it up,
20.
All right, guys, that is it for episode 20.
Dub
Every
Club.
other week, kicking it with Nia and Malik. Nekias, a legend.
A legend.
We
Oh,
appreciate you.
like
This is high.
your
He said this eye.
your presence in here today was just like wow.
Yeah, man, you hit us with the 3-0 little thing, man. I was like, yo, this is in
He's not
person,
done.
though. In person.
In person. He's not done. We haven't even looked on Twitter.
Yeah.
We haven't even got through a day
Yeah.
of Twitter yet.
Man.
So
I
yeah.
gotta catch up on some stuff. So we'll
Oh
see.
yeah, we gotta
boy.
catch up. Man, I always be looking forward to Nekias
For
on my
real,
TL.
yeah.
There's never a day you do not make me laugh.
See the basketball content, humor. I'm like,
humor.
shoot, in both. It's humor and the
Anything.
content.
Anything. The content is quality. Hey, if you want some quality content, you must
Please.
follow Nekias on
Please.
Twitter. Like, if you're not following Nekias on Twitter, what are you doing?
You're not living right. I keep telling you.
Nah, for real. It's upsetting me and my homegirl. Nekias, where can everyone follow you on Twitter? I don't know. Do you want me to drop your Instagram as well, or just
Man, I'm barely on it, but you can if you want to. But you can follow me on Twitter, Nekias NBA, the most original name on the Twitter sphere.
period?
So there you go. Follow my tweets. I'm dropping puns.
All day,
Gonna
every
be
day.
doing some off-season NBA content. Gonna have some WNBA content in the works as well.
Yes, sir.
Navigating some stuff since so many of the women don't overseas.
Right.
Continue this season, but I'm still trying to do some more video stuff, kind of similar to what I did with Enrique.
Of course.
Just looking at what they see on the court, how they navigate. So we'll be looking to do some more of that this off season. Can't even say this summer anymore. This year is just so weird.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So this off season, gotta get in the habit of saying that. But other than that, basketball content, puns, general foolishness.
All of it.
There it is.
Yeah.
Before we go, would you like to say anything about the Miami Heat? Anything?
Heck of a season.
True.
They'll be
True.
back.
You think they'll be back next season?
It can be. Gonna see what the summer brings.
All right.
I'll be back.
Probably got a couple moves up the sleeve. So
Yeah.
Have you
We'll
been
see.
to a game in person?
I have. Matter of fact, my first time in Miami was this season, but last year.
Okay.
I went to Lakers Heat.
Okay.
I was in the building.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I was in the building when Jimmy Butler got fouled twice and they didn't call it. So
Ah, dang.
very fun experience.
Yeah. My first Heat game, I went to school out there for a year. So my first game was actually, this is when LeBron was still with the Cavs. It was Kyrie, Bron, and neither one of them played. Because for the longest, Bron would come to Miami and would not play. And then
he'll flaunt his little ring. Talking about, I remember.
He would be there. I mean, be there on the, on the bench. So, I got a picture of him on the bench.
Not playing.
Didn't get a chance to see him play. But no, Nekias, where can everyone follow your work? When can we expect some new pieces from you and some more breakdowns?
You can follow me at Basketball News. The Twitter account is Basketball News without the second A. So the A in ball is missing. That's where you find the account there. The site itself is just basketballnews.com. I just dropped the Victor Oladipo piece over the weekend looking at some trade destinations for him. I have started my off-season preview. I have a piece on the Lakers. If not today, it will be up early tomorrow.
Nice.
Cool. Kind of work in reverse order. Lakers coming first, Heat coming, then going into the conference finals teams, and so on and so forth.
Nice.
Cool. So that's what I'll be working on for the time being, at least until I can get in contact with some of the talented women in the WNBA so we can get some video content working.
So, we love to see it. We love to see it. Again, everyone, Nekias Duncan coming in and blessing us with his presence. Thank you, Nekias, for coming through and kicking it with us in Atlanta. Sir. I hope Atlanta's been treating you well. But before we go, you guys know the drill. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at In The Clutch Pod. That is at INCLUTCH Pod. Okay? Don't know where Ricky's going to put it. I think he's going to put it down here. Yeah. So follow us at In The Clutch Pod. I am Nia Simone. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Nia On Air.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at _Malik ATL.
That is episode 20. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
That's it, y'all. See y'all. We out.
I forgot to put up.